Hey everyone, it's Mariana, and in this video I am talking about another one of my all-time favorite films and something that you guys have been asking me to talk about, Let the Right One In. This is a masterpiece film from Sweden based on a novel under the same name, or in the case of my edition, also known as Let Me In, and by the way, I am reading this right now, loving it. Let me know if you would like to see a review at some point, but for now, if you haven't seen this film yet, or if it's been a while since you watched it, or if you saw the American remake and thought you saw a great movie, let me give you 5 reasons why you should watch Let the Right One In. First of all, this is one of the best vampire stories. The movie is set in the 80s and the story is about Oscar, who is a 12-year-old boy living with his mother and who is regularly bullied at school. One night, he meets a girl, Eli, who is his new neighbor, and she seems a little strange. I don't think I'm going to ruin this for anyone when I say Eli is a vampire. Let the Right One In is a beautiful, subtle story about growing up and about loneliness and about friendship. It's about these 2 kids, one of whom happens to be a vampire, and it is not a glamorized romance story. It's a film that could have been a horror film, but instead it's actually a coming-of-age drama that struggles with concepts of good and evil while also having some horrific moments in there. It's brilliant. Second, the cinematography and visual storytelling. To me, Let the Right One In is one of the most visually stunning films ever made. However, its beauty is not exactly what you would think a beautiful film looks like. It's cold, it's actually pretty simple, and yet it conveys so much when it comes to visual storytelling. The director in his interviews talked about how he tried to make Let the Right One In as a silent movie and have it tell the story without relying on dialogue, and I think he actually succeeded here. So much of the storytelling is done through what the audience sees versus telling the audience what is going on. It's really fascinating, and it's really not surprising that some of the best scenes feature very little dialogue. Third, the use of music. Let the Right One In has the most amazing soundtrack with the music that fits the tone of the film really well. But what's also very interesting is how the filmmakers used it and how they alternated it with musical silence that goes along perfectly with the whole dark winter mood. In fact, the film actually starts with silence where you can only hear the quiet winter nature sounds as the snow is falling at night. Number 4, the theme of bullying and violence. Bullying and violence are very important to the story here, and something that the director has talked about is how when we imagine kids who are being bullied, we imagine these kids being sad. However, in the case of Oscar, the bullying results in this bottled up desire for violence and revenge. He's not sad. Instead, he wishes he could hurt these kids. He collects newspaper cutouts about crimes. He goes to repeatedly stab a tree with a knife, imagining the tree is one of the bullies. And in the book, he even goes as far as thinking that in a few years, he could be like one of these murderers he reads about in the newspapers, which is definitely hinted at in the film. All of this is contrasted by Eli, who does have to kill people to survive, but the difference is that she does it out of necessity and she feels guilty about it, while Oscar doesn't do it but actually wants to. And yet, on the surface, Oscar is the good kid we feel bad for, and Eli is technically the semi-evil vampire. The movie definitely tries to challenge the ideas of good and evil, as well as takes a slightly different approach to showing a victim of bullying. And number 5, Eli and Oscar. Everything about the 2 lead characters is great. Where Oscar is a Swedish 12-year-old boy you can easily believe exists somewhere, Eli is someone who looks like a 12-year-old, but is very obviously an old soul. Both of the actors, whom the director apparently spent a year looking for to make sure he found the right kids for the story, deliver amazing performances that make the viewers feel like they're just watching these kids be themselves. The relationship between the 2 is quite interesting as well. While Wikipedia describes Let the Right One In as a romantic horror film, the connection these kids have is somewhere between a friendship and an early romance. It's especially interesting considering the ending, which I obviously can't talk about because I don't want to spoil it, but I would say it's pretty unusual while also somehow being innocent and honest. That's it for my 5 reasons why you should watch Let the Right One In. Let me know if you guys love this movie as much as I do, and also let me know what your favorite vampire film is. I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!